So what I have here is a Cabot Rebellion, and it's a commander-sized 1911 with an aluminum frame. And you know, from the side here, it just looks like your regular old 1911. Nothing new, just, you know, fancier cocking serrations and stuff like that. But in a minute, I'll get to the inside of this thing and show you what's going on, because it is not a regular 1911, hence the name Rebellion. But I remember hearing, it was probably a year or more ago, about, you know, Cabot kind of working on a different 1911, that they were going to do something different with the extractor. Well, I guess I was, you know, listening to an interview a week or two ago with their top smith. He's from Alchemy Custom. He still builds Alchemy pistols and works on the Cabots. His name's Rob Showland. Hopefully I said his last name right. I'm not sure how you say it, but yeah, he was doing this interview and he mentioned that he had designed the slide of this Rebellion. So, you know, I go over to the Cabot site and look it up, and then I read there's a lot more going on than just the slide. And I think Rob was probably being a little bit humble in what he had, you know, going into this gun. But the three main things: it has an internal extractor, which I think probably a lot of people would agree, even JMB, that it was kind of a weak point in that design, especially with this 9mm round. And external extractors are just hideous, so they tried their hand at this internal one. One other thing is a speed rail system, which I'll show you pretty soon when I take it apart. And it's a different kind of barrel. There's no lugs, so I'm not sure how that works, but anyway, just a quick overview of this exterior. If I could choose, they make this gun in all black, and I'm sure you can order other ways. I didn't really have many options. It was either wait a year or somehow the stars aligned, and I saw a local guy just got one into his shop, and it had an MB safety, which I'm a lefty, so it had to have, which makes, you know, shopping for a lot of these things kind of hard. But so I was like, well, that's a sign, I better buy it. So this isn't my first Cabot, and it's not going to be my last. I really like these things. Yeah, so the slide, you can see all the different facets going on. It's almost like a high power cut, and then the front cocking serrations and rear vertical. They're very grippy. The top is fancy-ish, but it just matches the sides. The front sight, you know, comes in from the end, and since it is a bull barrel, I was wondering how that stayed in there, because there are other ones, the bushing will hold that in. I know they tap it in, and there is a, you know, a friction fit, but it looks like they have a set screw, Allen set screw, to hold it. Coming back, they did a high undercut, and this one looks like they blended more than what Alchemy does, and I don't know if I've seen other Cabots or not, but it is blended nice and smooth. I like that. The trigger itself, first off, you can hear this thing. It almost doesn't sound like a 1911. All you hear is that flat wire recoil spring inside. But it's a very tight gun. With zero bit, when all the oil is off the rails, it is just a hair movement. Up and down is tight, side to side, just a hair. Put some oil on there, it tightens pretty much all the way up. The rear sight, I believe, is designed by Rob as well. It's a nice U-notch, which I really like. And you can like rack crap on your belt or table or whatever. The thumb safety itself, I mean, I really kind of a stickler on these thumb safeties, and I like this one. It is dead solid. I like it takes about double the force to take the safety off than it does, you know, to turn it on, which is nice if you're going to have this as a carry gun, and it just won't be knocked off quite as easy. And one other note on this thing, I don't know if you can see up that close. Look at the fit of that thing. I've never seen a 1911 fit like that, and the and it's just butt tight. The rhombus checkering, I mean, this is, you know, my second favorite. This is my second favorite, what do they call this? Grip texture that they put on 1911s. I mean, it's very odd. Like, you can run your hand up and down. That would never, you know, irritate your skin. But as soon as you grip just a hair, it just grabs on and it doesn't let go. The only thing I'd like to see different, especially on a carry gun, and I know a lot of guys, it's just kind of like your style, I guess. I'm just not a fan of the flat bottom grips. When I get home tonight, I'm probably going to shave these off. I don't know if you can see that either, but it comes out and around a little bit too, you know, farther than I like. So kind of, it doesn't dig into your heel. That's more just a looks thing, I guess. I'll probably shave off the front and round off the tops as well. Other than that, I mean, it's super tight down here. Good lines. The grip safety, they're getting better and better at this. This is almost like a full custom guys fit that they do. They do it so, you know, it's when it's off, it is smooth. Turn it on, smooth on the bottom. One thing I don't know, not really a fan of is how far you gotta push the grip safety in to get to deactivate. Sometimes if you have the, you know, less than ideal grip when you're drawing, if you don't get that pushed in just right, you could pull the trigger and nothing happens. So I would like to see that, you know, disengage just after probably half of that movement. Other than that, I mean, they fit it pretty nice. They're stepping their game up, you know, the last couple of years. Not sure what else to say on it. Oh, the trigger. So the trigger is, I don't know. I just don't know how you get it any better than this. I mean, you can't lift your finger off. I mean, this thing is following, almost pushing your finger back on reset, which I like. But as slow as you can possibly go. Just don't feel any creep or roll. It's just perfect. I never did weigh it. I don't know. I'm guessing 3.5 to 4 pounds. Not sure what else there is to say on it. Cabot makes all their own parts, if you don't know. This slide is, I mean, they get it in a chunk of billet and they machine everything. The frame, same thing. And they say it's clone technology. So they machine this stuff to insanely tight tolerances so they can just take another slide. I think they have, you know, gunsmiths fit the barrels and stuff like that. But you could take like a whole nother top end and put it on. I don't know about this aluminum one, but the rest of them, you could put it on, slide it right on, and shoot it and use it. That's pretty cool. If they could figure out a way that, say, yeah, I want to throw a 45 on top of here. If you could just order a slide and do that, that'd be pretty rocking. But same with if I want to get a metal frame, say, you know, I got the top end here, I just want a steel frame, you know, for range use. It'd be cool if you could just order just a frame. But might be worth asking down the road. But I will take it apart and get to what you guys really care about. All right, now let's take her apart since that's what you're all here for. So, take the slide stop out. Inside, something different is they actually give you like a fancy, it's not a bent paper clip, I don't know what it is. It's kind of knurled, but fancy thing to stick in there for removing this. I mean, I think they machine everything. I think they machine their guide rod, plug. Very nuts. Slide stop will just mention. This thing assembles super easy. They put a real nice groove there. Nice. First is this barrel. I mean, being it's a bull barrel for a 9mm, it's a beast. Thick. But that's different for sure. No lugs. Here's the slide. It's just weird to look at a 1911 slide and it's smooth there. Should be, what, 1 or 2 less Q-tips when you're cleaning it. But I don't know how the hell this works or how important lugs are or what. I mean, it still locks in. Probably like a normal barrel does. And then, here's the really interesting thing, the extractor. You see it's all internal. I don't know how they put it in there. It is threaded here, so I don't know if they thread it and then thread it with something and then press it in there. Holds on to the round super tight. But once you get past here, I mean, it looks like a regular extractor. That's all new to me for sure. Then of course you got their disco cut they do. Not much more to say in there. I guess you can see the front side isn't staked all the way through. So there's not a hole there. And here's the slide. Let me wipe this oil off. And they call this their speed rail system. So I don't know why you'd want to make it faster. But I think part of it is it's another one of those ideas that you're collecting debris and maybe storing oil in each of these little grooves, and as you're running it, it can disperse, you know, oil if needed, or catch dirt if needed. It's like sand cuts on steroids. And cottonwood trees are dropping stuff everywhere. But yeah, here's another 19 I have with the sand cuts, and this is like a whole different level or amount going on. But man, it's crazy smooth. There's just a hair of play side to side. Up and down, just a hair. I'm sure if you oil it, lots of oil, it'll feel 100% rock solid. But I guess that's all to say about the inside. And this ejector is like a beast too. I think it's no joke for 9. And there's like a, I don't know what that is, some kind of divot there. But pretty neat. So, put this back together. And go shoot it. Normally, before I do any kind of review, I mean, I shoot, 1,000 rounds through it, but I wanted to show the insides here when everything's clean. This thing is definitely a lot better than my paper clip I normally have. This is the first time I ever had a gun with a full-length guy rod with a bull barrel. I was always wondering how these things worked. There it goes. Better put a few drops of oil. And thanks, cottonwood. It's hard to do underneath the tripod. My tripod's like a foot tall. I'm trying to do all this right underneath, so can't really maneuver my arms like normal. But comes with a 9-round magazine. I saw on the website they have like CG engraved on them. I just got non-engraved, but see what happens. All right, these are the absolute first shots out of this Cabot Rebellion. Got these targets here at 15, I don't even know, 25, 50, and at least 100. So try popping a few around here, see what happens. I am using Gecko 124 grain ammo. So ejection's about 6 feet straight to the right. It's very consistent. And for aluminum frame, this thing is still very soft to shoot. Try the rubber dummy right in the face. Yeah, he got lit up pretty good there. Let's try the 25. 50 down there. The 100. Try that 25 again. I only had 4 mags loaded up, but this thing's impressive. Very nice.